Welcome to GHOSTWATCH2016. The three of us are watching Kamen Rider Ghost. My name is Coriander Dickinson, and I've seen some Kamen Rider.
My name's Heather Deary, and I have also seen some Kamen Rider.
My name is Kate Stark. I can enunciate my own dang name. And as we pointed out last week, I have seen every single Kamen Rider ever for the last 45 years.
Oh, that's right. So have we all. We're experts now, Corey. We can't go back.
Within the reality of episode 25, I felt like that was a valid claim to make, but
You
now
can't
that
unwatch things.
now that time has passed and I've evaluated myself, I know that I am not, in fact, the foremost expert in the world on Kamen Rider.
You're right, I am.
That's right, Kate is. If she challenged you and you lost, and now she is.
That fight wasn't public.
Oh, were we not supposed to tell people about that fight?
No!
Oh, I'm sorry.
You signed an NDA.
I did not. I signed the piece of paper next
Who
to the
let her
NDA.
into the fight without signing an NDA?
I don't know, I'm just over here learning everything about Kamen Rider. As the foremost expert of Kamen Rider in the world.
Give me your best Kamen Rider fact right now.
No, I don't need to stoop to your level.
No. Kamen Rider facts. Hit me up.
Kamen Rider has been around for 45 years.
Wow. This is episode 26 of Kamen Rider Ghost.
Conflict.
Conditional Alliance. Previously on Kamen Rider Ghost.
Red Sky Chemtrails. Airplane Gnome. No, but actually for real. And Akari tells Pretty Boy that he should smile less.
I don't know if she outright told him.
I mean, thinks it really hard, I guess.
No, I don't think she actually outright points out that, oh, you're smiling too hard. She does think a lot about how hard he smiles, though. And he does that whole, she's noticed and she's crafty.
But that's internal.
I don't think she should concern herself so much with his smiling habits.
Probably not.
We have 61 days left.
Which means the sky has been red for like 2 days.
Yeah.
What were they doing about it?
Nothing. We think it was like our theory here is that it's a weekend and they take weekends off.
Yeah, but then it's been like 4 days since Makoto got poofed, so
It's a long weekend.
It's a long weekend.
It's a holiday
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Like maybe an Easter weekend where you get like the Friday and the Monday in special circumstances.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Special Easter weekend.
For special Easters.
You've heard of it, right?
Perhaps nor'easters.
Ocean. Now.
Hey, Kate, if you hurry, you can get, like, there's a great deal on Ocean membership going on right now.
I seriously wish you could have
Also-
seen Corey's face when
Al-
I said that.
Also, I really need you to put down that I'm a referral because it gets me like $10 back on my Ocean membership next year.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
So Akari has used science on the red stuff and discovered that it is in fact tiny particles of red stuff, and it is making the sky magnets.
Yes, there is a magnetic field in the sky, much like the was it blue?
Purple fog?
Purple fog that knife gnome used.
Yeah, they flashback in case you forgot, which I did, so that was a useful flashback this time.
You forgot about Knife?
No, not Knife. I forgot about the purple fog.
No, I forgot about knife because I try to push this show out of my mind as soon as I leave this place every week.
Speaking of minds.
Deep cuts.
Synapses.
The Wi-Fi's of the brain? What?
Wi-Fi's of the brain. No, okay. So Akari has a handy chart on the wall to show what a synapse kind of looks like, and there's these little like information beam symbols that are like Wi-Fi, but at no point did she say like the Wi-Fi's of the brain.
No,
you just said that.
I'm saying like the Wi-Fi's of the brain because I was half paying attention. I heard you say Wi-Fi. I looked up and she was explaining it, and I was like, oh, I must have just missed the part where she says your brain acts like Wi-Fi.
No, she didn't say that.
I was making fun of her for having to explain how synapses work, and she was doing it wrong.
How do you know that? This is very interesting Kamen Rider science world. science might not work the same way.
Science World is in Vancouver.
But Kamen Rider Science World is in our TV.
Kate, you're a Kamen Rider expert. Tell us about Kamen Rider Science.
Kamen Rider Science is heavily shown at Kamen Rider Con every year.
It's very heavily influenced by ghost magic.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, big time. See, you are an expert. Anyways, what happened next on the show?
Akari was comparing the concept of synapses in the sky with the red particles to the product that Deep Connect had announced.
The Demia Project.
Is it a coincidence? She actually really says that. Or thinks it or something. She's very much like, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but then Onari comes in and he's still like, oh, you're still on about all the red tape in that corporation. We need to think about the red sky, though. Immediate problems first.
And it might be another Ganma instead of just the airplane.
Because Taco killed that one already. So it has to be another one.
And it's still making Canon sick.
Flash into Cannon's room briefly to show her with a little cloth on her forehead, being all tucked into bed. And
for those who don't know, that was the fake coughing sound when you're pretending to be sick.
Refer to the previous episode of GHOSTWATCH2016 and you will understand this reference.
Refer to page 26 in your textbooks.
This is page 26. We go outdoors to show an airplane gnome spreading the red stuff.
Spreading that good.
Good red fog clouds. Sky magnets.
Akari basically points out specifically before they go outside that she wants to do science at the monolith.
With the monolith database.
Yes.
From the research that Dead Dad did done.
She sciences a lot in this episode with her lovely little red laptop that I think is real cute.
Yeah, so we cut outside and Steamy Punk is there laughing it up because Airplane is doing such a good job. And then Eminem staggers up looking all busted.
They're by the river, just if that wasn't clear to anybody at this point. They're at the
I don't
river.
think their location matters in this scenario. I mean, they're on like a little walkway by a building.
I've started to just every time there's a new water thing, I've started to ignore it because I'm like, oh, they're still at the water place. Okay.
I mean, like they're filming in Odaiba or whatever, so it's still all the same water.
Yeah, it's the river.
Steamy Punk tells Eminem that he's got no use because he's clearly broken and going to die soon. As will Pretty Boy.
Heh heh heh.
Dun dun dun.
And then Eminem falls to the ground.
We cut to Cannon, sick in bed, and it is revealed that Pretty Boy has been sitting there with her the whole time because he's such a nice person, and also QB is painting a cowboy hat.
Yeah, QB's the one who points it out, and then Pretty Boy glares at him, and he holds up his painting in front of his face. And he's like, but he's still scary. Cannon's like, you're real nice and all, but you should go help my brother.
Spectre needs you more than I do. So Pretty Boy leaves, and then on the way out, like, falls.
A little bit, like derps into a wall briefly
Yeah.
to show that he is also weakened. And Cannon sees him and is like, oh no.
The
is
sky.
he sick too?
The sky is affecting that Pretty Boy.
That Pretty Boy is in trouble. If only I could. So she just sits there and does nothing. Not even sends QB after him or anything.
Then we're down at the river with Onari and Taco, and they found a new location of red sky. A new instance.
Onari's getting phone calls from train yard and airport.
Yeah, reporting where they're finding those red skies, which they pull out a map and they put some very interesting stickers down every time they find a new location.
They're not that interesting.
They're just branded Kamen Rider.
They're kind of a bland Kamen Rider, but it's not their Kamen Rider.
It's Ghost.
Is it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was Kamen Rider
It
Ghost.
looked all gray.
No.
That color was black.
His face looked all gray.
No.
No. They had eyes. Like a gnome.
I don't want gnome stickers.
I kind of want gnome stickers.
Which gnome? Which gnome would you want a sticker of?
Knife. The knife gnome.
From there, we cut to Gnome Hell. White sister is walking around.
Oh. Snow White. I finally did it.
Yeah.
I cracked the code.
You got
We
there.
got her a good nickname.
Okay, so Snow White is walking around, and Emperor Bro stops her and is like, yo, whatever you're doing, don't do it, because my word is law. I am Emperor.
Well, he's like, this area is off limits. I think you might have forgotten.
Well, and she's like, the rules just keep changing around here so often. I can't keep up with them, bro.
Snow White is obviously looking for Dad, who's, if you recall, all jailed up.
He in gnome prison.
But he must be somewhere.
Then we're back in the lab, and Akari is failing at science.
And Pretty Boy is watching her from the corner of the room.
Yeah, creeping around. And Akari has this like notebook with all these notes and stuff in it. She's like, I can do it. I'll do it.
And we cut to Onari and Taco and the two students who are outside scrambling around an intersection because they're getting reports of red sky in every single direction and they have no way to know which direction to go in.
Taco's just like, it's okay, stay calm. And they all put more stickers on the map.
Mm-hmm. And they're all like, maybe if we gather all of our info together, which, you know, Kate, you shouted something very interesting at the TV about that point.
Did I?
Yeah, you were all like, I bet it's an eye.
Oh, the shape of where the stickers were being placed.
Yeah, which would be, you know, a normal assumption to make in this show.
Yep.
But they didn't reveal that.
They didn't actually resolve anything with the
They
map.
drew some stuff on the map. They kept writing, like,
time codes.
time codes that looked like 10 minutes down on the different areas.
No, that was like the hour and minute.
Yeah, but it looked like 10 minutes to me. And if
Like
relevant...
10:07
That's
a.m.
The
relevant.
hour was 10 o'clock.
Yes, no,
And
I
then
get
the
that.
minutes was
But what I'm saying
07.
is it looked to me like a timer. And the reason this is relevant is because it just made me think of a Pokemon Go map.
It was 10 a.m. and 7 minutes. 7 past 10
They
a.m.
had 10 minutes to go catch that red sky Pokemon, Kate.
No, it was
No.
7 minutes past 10 o'clock in the morning.
The minutes were 7.
No, I
Some of the minutes were
understand
0,
that it was a
but most of the
timestamp.
minutes were 7. 10:07
But
a.m.
it's not relevant if it's not.
You're right, it's not relevant.
I'm just going to leave and go to the ocean without you two. And you can forget.
No, you have to take
your
Kate
membership.
With you. You have to take
No,
Kate.
no.
You gotta get
I just need to
drop
you gotta
in
do
for
the,
the
the,
ocean.
the
I don't-
paperwork for the referral.
I don't want her referral codes anymore.
Oh, damn.
She can keep them.
We're back in the lab with Pretty Boy creeping. And it's just like, once she's dealt with. And he's like plotting like a creep.
And like slowly walking up to the desk.
And then Akari's looking in her notebook. And she's like, oh, I don't know. And then she turns around and then Pretty Boy's there. And she's like, why didn't you say something? You were creeping this whole time. What the hell?
And he's like, oh, sorry. And then she's all like, what do you think about canon?
And he's very quick to be like, no, I'm not her boyfriend, though. And then Akari asks Pretty Boy about Gnome Hell and what it's all about. And he's like, oh, it's a perfectly managed system and nobody dies and it's a perfect utopia.
There's no conflict.
No.
And then again, nobody dies and my dad set it up and he's following his dreams and his heart. And also he gets help from the magistrate. The magistrate's just his old friend.
He's
You know.
very honorable. He's a good guy. And then we're in Gnome Hell. Just like a little flash forward.
And the magistrate is talking to Sweaty Emperor.
The magistrate being
Military Gramps.
Yeah.
And Emperor Brother is all like, hey, when they were here, they stole that giant brick of an icon. What was that all about? Why did you make that thing?
I know where we are, but things I have to say aren't relevant, so I'm not contributing.
Oh, no.
So, you're on your own.
Hodor,
I went to the
do
ocean.
your job.
I would, but I got told that I wasn't doing it right, so now I'm not.
Not at all.
Nope, I don't work for you.
Fine. Pretty Boy is all like, oh, it's all stuff with the chosen people who are blessed and awesome. And Akari's all like, well, who chooses them? And then Pretty Boy's all like, they're just chosen. And then we cut back to the prayer room and people are like, blah, blah, blah.
You don't remember either, do you?
Corey, say that again. People are like, what?
Blah, blah, blah.
We're so good without Hodor. We can do this whole podcast.
Good. I look forward to listening to it later, which I won't.
So the prayer room was constructed to tap into the source of all power, but they don't need it anymore. The end.
That was a short episode, Corey.
And then Akari's all like, well, if your world's so awesome, what do you want with ours? And then Pretty Boy's all like, we want to be like the shepherd folks and help you guys out. And she's all like, well, because your system is perfect. But do you still really believe that? Or are you having doubts?
That's
and then
ridiculous.
he leaves, and then Pretty Boy gets angry and leaves, and then Akari's got like a shocked face, and she's all like,
He got angry.
angry.
See, we got this.
We got this. We're fine, Hodor. Don't even... Just put your notebook away.
Now
Don't even worry about
Listen
it.
to this.
All right.
Listen to this. Taco and the students and Onari are looking at a map. And it's like, oh, if only there was a trail we could follow. And then Taco's like, wait, what about that trail up in the sky behind that airplane?
The contrails.
Oh, wait, only I can see it because it's a gnome. This has got to be it. It's perfect.
And then we cut to Steamy Pink Man.
Steamy punk man.
Steamy Punk Man. With his airplane man.
And Pretty Boy.
And Pretty Boy's all like, I fight you now. I turn into Necrom.
And then guess who shows up to attack?
Steamy Punk transforms into the Mad Hatter.
Like, what?
And splits himself to dodge a punch. Like a lot of effort, a lot of energy went into that single punch dodging.
But then Pretty Boy is so low energy that he detransforms and he's on the ground. And then he keeps getting kicked. And they're like, before you die, I want you to suffer.
And Steamy Punk's all like, ha ha ha, you're going to be killed by your own utopia. Which makes me believe that the red sky stuff is just from Gnome Hell. It's not even special. They just were like, well, I'm going to grab a bag of this crap we got floating around here.
And then Pretty Boy has a Spectre flashback. Spectre and dying, and then Cannon being nice. And then all of a sudden, Jacket like flies out, becomes like mega Necrom.
It's the Brothers Grimm.
Who is this?
What?
Did you bring
Did
someone
you
else
hear
to
a
our
voice?
podcast?
Did you hear a voice?
No ocean memberships for either of you for the next 2 years.
Only 2 years. That was kind.
I think Hodor is claiming to own the ocean.
Yeah,
I went to
apparently.
work there while I was gone, while you guys were doing this episode on
Are you
your
doing
own.
a summer
And
internship at the ocean?
I rose up in the ranks real fast, and now I own it. I'm doing a lot better there.
Isn't the ocean a bad place we don't want to go, though?
Yes.
That sounds awesome if I can't have a membership.
Yeah, then we don't have to hang out with Hodor, right?
Ooh. Well, goodbye.
Hodor is the Aquaman of this conversation. Like, oh, I'm the king of the ocean. I'm Hodor. Aquaman out.
That's how you have to sign off every podcast now.
We're not super friends at all.
So keep going. The Brothers Grimm, was
Come
it?
on, yeah.
I don't work here anymore, though. I don't even know why I'm still here.
You're not. We got the whole FaceTime set up with the icons.
Oh,
We got
I
our little
see.
Siri icon.
That's right. I should get rid of that thing. Old memories.
You're going to kill Siri?
No, I'm going to put it away in a special place where it can't harm anyone.
Do you want to explain the Brothers Grimm thing, or just let me keep going with how I thought it was?
I'm just letting it go.
Okay, cool. So then Mega Necrom comes out, and then they fight again. And then Taco shows up in boost form, and then helps.
And then the airplane gnome throws a bomb at him.
But hold on, though. Hold on. Airplane looks a little different.
Airplane's got a different hat.
And then the propeller on the one shoulder and the other wing on
The
the other
B-butt.
shoulder, it's reversed.
Yeah, the swappity swaps.
But the bomb situation, that was Farah's ult. That was Barrage. That was justice raining from above. 100%.
Well, in this case, it was just two little handheld bombs being tossed.
Okay.
It was more Green Goblin.
In a minute, Barrage happens.
Yeah, barrage happens later.
Taco runs over to Pretty Boy and screams about not touching, apparently.
Yeah, don't touch me. And then he sulks off. And then Taco's like, that was just like Makoto when Makoto was anger.
Oh, and then Akari's back in the lab failing science some more. And then Gramps ghosts in like a creep.
He's all like, she's doing science again. I wonder if I should help her.
And she's like, I'm not giving up. You know what? Maybe this'll work.
And Gramps is creeping up to interfere again. And then she actually solves it.
Right as he's like, okay, maybe I'll help her. And he like raises his arm to do something. And then she did it. And then she's like, wait, I can stop the thing now. Yay!
And Gramps is all like, well, I'm useless. Goodbye.
Then we're back in Gnome Hell. And Snow White is still wandering the halls.
I'm going to call these the catacombs.
Snow White is wandering the catacombs. And hears Dad's cries from the end of a hallway. Walks
Goes
down.
to investigate. Investigation princess.
Hodor seems like
Hodor
she
is
really wants
reading
to
her notes,
say something.
following along just to make sure we're doing it right. You're not our supervisor. You're the ocean supervisor.
Do you have anything you'd like
Look,
to say?
I'm not going to listen to this podcast later, so I'm going to pay attention now.
You watched the episode with us. You don't need to get any new information.
Dad's not crying, or he's doing his prayer thing.
I never said he was crying.
Did she say crying? I wasn't listening.
I said
she
Dad's
heard
cries.
Dad's cries.
But like speaking. Like he was
That
doing his
sounds
wailing.
like cries for help. He was doing his wailing.
Yeah.
No, he's just praying.
I mean, yeah, but
Look,
he was doing
He
it.
sings off key, okay.
He was like wailing, praying.
He didn't make it into the Final Fantasy 15 boy band. It was really rough on him.
You know they're not actually a band, right?
I live in my own fantasies that are final.
Do you want to help with the podcast now?
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I got confused when we did that bit. Where are we?
We're at the point with the Shiki sticker.
Yeah. Okay, so Akari like runs into Cannon's room.
They
where
do kind of
she's
like a cool transition
being sick.
between like Snow White running and then Akari running.
Oh, really?
Like in the same direction. Yeah.
Oh, neat. I think I missed that. She runs into Can's room where Can's busy being sick. And pulls up her sleeve and pulls down the covers and is like, puts this little Shiki sticker on her wrist, and Can's like, I feel a lot better now. I'm like, stickers are awesome.
To clarify what a Shiki sticker is, it's a blue sticker that's circular that says the word Shiki on it, and that's it.
In English letters.
In letters we can read.
Yeah.
Although those characters wouldn't be too hard if they were hiragana.
Stickers are awesome. They cure red dust disease.
QB is very excited because Cannon's okay, and it means that they can paint together again.
Which is all he wants to do.
Also, Cannon's like, hey, cool, can you give Pretty Boy a sticker too? I think he also sick, but he won't say so. Which Kari's like, oh, that idiot.
So then, where would Pretty Boy be? Obviously at Mrs. Fumi's. Not eating takoyaki right now.
But also not muttering under his breath.
Akari runs up behind kind of a tree to snoop and listen.
He goes into a long thing with Mrs. Fumi about how when he first came to Earth, he was shocked by the blue sky. And Mrs. Fumi is very like, okay, that's a little weird to say, but sure, I see. And she kind of turns away at one point and looks like she just leaves the conversation.
But she actually goes to manage her takoyaki stand, which is her business and sole source of income.
He mentions how he only got to share this feeling about how beautiful the blue sky was with his dad, and they do that little flashback to him telling his dad about how the sky was blue, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was a really like a heartfelt moment for you. Didn't feel like it when he first did it.
But he was so fresh-faced and happy looking in the flashback. He's like, the sky is blue.
It's beautiful.
Now friend and dad are gone. What do? Which Mrs. Fumi's like, well, you clearly need to start listening to your heart. Also, have some takoyaki.
And also listen to your brain. But seriously.
And
this
also, why are
takoyaki-
you falling down on the ground? Oh no.
Yeah, and then he falls because he has no energy. And
He has red sky disease.
yeah, so then Akari runs up and puts the Shiki sticker on his wrist, and then he's instantly better.
And then she runs away.
Just like a drive-by Shiki sticker.
He brings his wrist up really close to his face, and I thought he was going to smell the sticker.
I thought it was a scratch and sniff.
Yeah, same.
That would have been exciting.
Smells like takoyaki.
It's just the takoyaki that's in his other hand.
Now we're kind of in like an alley, I guess, but Taco is just walking along, gets a little call on Condor phone,
Bring, bring.
and then transforms into Boost.
Then we see him rolling along on Spectre's not totally stolen motorcycle.
Totally not stolen.
It's not stealing if your friend is busy in a photocopier coffin, right?
Akari's up on the roof of an apartment building, and she is pulling out the glitter gun from her backpack and snapping in a new Shiki cartridge.
And she points it at the sky. And then friggin' Taco uses Houdini on the bike and flies into the sky.
Because Airplane Gnome wants to stop Akari by using Justice from Above.
Yeah, by using Fairzolt. And then so Houdini bike blocks the barrage and saves Akari. And then she shoots the sky and makes the red go away.
Revealing another gnome airplane.
There's two of them.
Oh no.
And this one uses the power of bullets.
But he also, as he enters, says, "Your wingman is here." I'm not really sure wingmen work that way.
He's the other airplane's wingman. They're wingmen's.
But who are
Top
they
Gun.
trying to pick up?
Akari.
Oh, that's a bad idea. She's just gonna shut them down.
Yep. They have no hope.
He does blast her off the roof, though.
Now here's the best
Part.
part.
A good wingman.
Akari is falling to her imminent death. And who saves her?
The Justice League?
No.
Were you not paying attention at this point?
No, I was. I thought maybe Kate wanted a funny answer, and I failed.
No, I wanted the real answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
Pretty
setting
boy.
somebody up to hit that out of the park.
It's Pretty Boy.
So Akari is falling out of the sky, and who saves her?
Pretty Boy?
No. No, he's transformed.
Necrom?
It's Mega Necrom with the
Thank
power of the
you.
Brothers Grimm and the shoulder tentacles of pen nibs.
Yay!
Weird.
And then as soon as they land on the ground, he's like, now leave.
Look, I'm just not good at trivia. Okay.
So Mega Necrom, with the power of the Brothers Grimm, is fighting one of the planes, and then Taco is fighting the other plane.
Well, because Necrom uses the same pen nib maneuver to latch onto one of the airplanes and ground it. So now, yeah, much punching. Much punching of the airplane gnomes.
Munch punching.
Munch punching.
Nah.
I also don't like what I just said.
No.
I said it, and I was like, no.
And I copied you because of the funny error and then teasing you about the repetition, but no, I don't like
No, I said it on purpose.
I said it on purpose too.
I said
But
it because of it sounded like that's what you said. So then I said it.
No, but then,
Okay, sure.
then I said it because you said it.
Okay, so people
and I
are
didn't like it.
people are fighting other people.
There's
Sorry.
lots of fights.
People are fighting planes.
They transform then into Grateful Soul and Necrom at this point?
So
It's just,
I was like,
yeah.
why the hell is Necrom naked? But it's because he has to give up the icon so that Grateful Soul transformation can happen.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I was a little confused by this scene.
And then they're like, all right, let's finish this. So then they both use their alts, basically.
You get Omega Clarity and Omega Drive.
For double explosions.
And then they kill the planes. And Akari's off to the side smiling. But we're in gnome hell again.
This time, we're in prison because we're Dead Emperor.
No, Thick Dad.
Thick dad.
Dead Emperor.
Snow
Thick
White
Dad.
finds Thick Dad.
But Thick Dad is all like, no, don't come closer. And he throws some stuff against
He
the
grabs a button off of his coat and throws it at the
force field
so that she can see it's there, which I thought he was alerting the guards. Is what he was trying to do.
I'm assuming that if anybody walks into that force field, they die.
Yeah, but she was an entire story above him.
Yeah.
She wasn't in danger.
It's true.
Still, it's his daughter, right?
And then he's just like, beware of Emperor Brother.
And then just says, take care of Adele. Did you miss that part?
I read Elaine.
Maybe it was. I thought it was Adele. I wrote
PB?
down Adele.
I wrote down PB.
I did not write down either, so we will never know.
We'll
Well,
never know which brother she's supposed to take care of.
take care of a brother.
I mean, it could be, take care of as in get rid of
That's
the
what
bad one, but also take care of as in take good care of the good one.
But taking care of the good one might mean getting rid of the bad one.
No, I read it as take care, get rid of Adele.
Yeah, but to help PB.
Interesting.
So both are true, no matter what.
Yeah.
We're not wrong.
You're
Well-
both agreeing just in different ways.
Now we're back at Snapple HQ. Pretty Boy wants to find answers, but needs Taco's strength. And then Akari's like, I think Taco needs your help too. Take care of Taco and Spectre, who is still in a space photocopier coffin.
And then Pretty Boy gets a text message on his eyedropper.
Literally a hologram message from Snow White. Dad is still alive. Yep.
And then Taco Time's like, cool, let's go to No Hell. And Pretty Boy necromes up, makes an eye symbol gate thing, and we're treated to a lot of close-ups of people's faces as they all do what I'm calling friendship nods.
Yeah.
Because it's a very friendship hug moment, but they're all just,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
take care.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Mm.
And then they walk through the gate, which I was disappointed about because I love the tiny icon very slowly floating through the gate scenes.
Well, you didn't get one of those today.
I did not get one of those. That means PB has a very powerful gate making ability.
Now, this part was interesting because we're in the Gnome Hell prayer room with Emperor Brother, and a flaming figure appears.
One of the big tablets floats down into the middle of the prayer floor, and then becomes on fire, and a flaming figure emerges.
And then Brother's like, it can't be.
And then end of episode.
No, we do
No.
a quick shot of the red, terrible gnome hell, and Taco Time and Pretty Boy are sharing their love of rooftops in this new land. Pretty Boy is showing Taco Time his favorite rooftop.
And then it's the end of the episode.
It's very important. It's a bonding moment for those two. Probably.
This episode was good.
I don't believe you.
I do. I wasn't here for some of it.
You were here the entire time.
For the recording, she wasn't here. That's what
Yeah.
she's trying to imply, is that she wasn't here for the...
How would you not know if the episode was good if you weren't here to tell us what you thought of it?
There was a brief period where I was gone, and so I assume you made it all better.
We made the episode better by talking about it?
I mean, it's what we do.
All right. This was a fantastic episode.
So good.
The best one ever.
Hey, you can't say that. You weren't here.
That's why it was the best one ever.
No, I don't believe that.
Oh.
I don't think you
some
get what-
self-deprecating stuff right there.
No. She had a great time because she
Without
wasn't
us?
here. Yes.
Oh, whoa.
I know.
That's rude.
Way to twist my words, Corey.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that. What is the Twitter handle, Corey?
Oh, that's at GHOSTWATCH2016 on Twitter.
What about YouTube?
GHOSTWATCH2016 is our channel.
What about iTunes?
The podcast you are listening to is called Ghostwatch 2016.
What if people want to support us in ways of money?
Please visit our website, ghostwatch2016.xyz, and click the PayPal donation button.
What if people want to meet us on Bumble?
What's Bumble?
Is that the friendship one?
Okay, from my small bit of investigation into Bumble, because I had to come up with a new social media thing for this. Bumble is friendship and relationships, but the girls have to message first. So even if you match with someone, the guy can't message you?
Okay.
That's
Yes.
what so you can find best friends, and you can also find love matches.
Okay, because I've been app browsing lately, and iTunes has featured social relationship sites right now, and there's one called Her for lesbians, and I'm pretty sure the girl has to message first in that one too.
They're all the dating ones, I think, are at the top of the App Store because it's Valentine's Day, and a bunch of people are like,
Oh.
It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, and I think a lot of people are realizing that they're single.
That's why
and
they
alone.
also have the 2-player games.
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes a lot more sense now. Huh.
Yeah, it must be nice to be married and in a long-term relationship, huh? You don't have to think about these things, huh?
I'm doing a stream tomorrow.
Me too.
I'm working.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm doing a stream. Like nothing
Also,
is different.
Are your
tomorrow.
partners involved in
Also,
that?
No.
I also could really use some good 2-player games that would maybe be just hard to find games that he likes that I also like. So
Still married, and how long have you been with?
8.5 years.
So signing off
How
from
long
the
have you
single
been
member.
with yourself, Kate?
26 long years. From the single member of Ghostwatch, have yourself a happy Valentine's Day.
I mean, it'll be way past them by this time.
Yeah, they're not getting this for like another
I hope
week.
you had a happy Valentine's Day.
You should have said Happy Valentine's Day last episode.
Damn it.
And I never think that far into the future when we're recording these.
Thanks
I mean, we weren't even aware that tomorrow was Valentine's Day, so.
That also didn't help.
Anyways.
thanks for listening to our podcast.
Bye.
Bye.